can accomplish what you will. Those are the words from the great Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Marcus Garvey, you're my teacher. Marcus Garvey, yes, you are the one. Marcus Garvey, you have changed me and direct me of the works that must be done. You are the prophet sent from God. You are the Moses with the rod. You are the man from Sentence Bay, come to lead our children from going astray.
They say you left us on the 10th of June. We know that's simply not true. The knowledge you have taught us remain in our hearts, and your glorious word must be taught. Oh, I've never seen anyone quite like you, Mr. Garvey. I've never seen anyone quite like you.
Marcus Garvey, you're my teacher. Marcus Garvey, yes, you are the one. Marcus Garvey, you have changed me and direct me of the works that must be done.
Youths have gone astray while our mind is at play. Wake up from the long-lasting sleep. We must accomplish what we will, and remember it's teaching still. Mr. Garvey lives on now and forever, in our hearts and in our minds and our soul. Let's respect the man, let's love the man, let's honor the man, and our future will be secure.
Marcus Garvey, you're my teacher. Marcus Garvey, yes, you are the one. Marcus Garvey, you have changed me and direct me of the works that must be done. You are the prophet sent from God. You are the Moses with the rod. You are the man from Sentence Bay, come to lead our children from going astray.
They say you left us on the 10th of June. We know that's simply not true. The knowledge you have taught us remain in our hearts, and your glorious work must be taught. Oh, I've never seen anyone quite like you, Mr. Garvey. I've never seen anyone quite like you.
Marcus Garvey, you're my teacher. Marcus Garvey, yes, you are the one. Marcus Garvey, you have changed me.
I like this dance.
Yes, sir.
every single person that is here to celebrate the earth strong of our first national hero and only international hero, Malamu Marcus Mazar Garvey's son, Dr. Julius Garvey. So we want you to come a little bit closer. Richie Stevens is going to do the honors, but we want a family type gathering, so we need all of you. And of course, we need the comrade leader to say a few words. Member of Parliament Angela Brown-Burke, you have to say something to Doc and so on and so forth. Clyde McKenzie, come over here, Clyde. You know you're my teacher. And we want you to say a few words to kick this off.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends. Only stone will do these things, you know. But it is indeed a great privilege, honor, to be able to say a few words here this evening as we celebrate the 91st birthday of Dr. Julius Garvey. Now, Dr. Garvey is not an honorary doctor, he's an honorable doctor. He is, in point of fact, a cardiothoracic surgeon. So he is somebody who gets straight to the heart of the matter. And, you know, he has an important legacy that he carries with him. And he has done that in a dignified and honorable way. In fact, he has written extensively and spoken widely about the history of his great father. And he is an honor to his father's legacy. 91 is a great time. And we want to say, happy birthday, Dr. Garvey. Peace and love. Thank you very much.
Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we have in line comrade leader, soon to be Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Montgomery. Here you go, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Big Stone. Greetings, everyone. I must say what a great pleasure it is to be here at the lovely home of my good friend, Richie Steele, and his dear wife and family, and on an occasion such as this, to celebrate the 91st birthday of Dr. Julius Garvey, son of our first national hero. I've got to know Dr. Garvey in the last few years, and you know, it's a learning experience for me. He has a lot of history that he has been able to impart, which is fascinating. And of course, through the whole thrust to teach Marcus Garvey's philosophy and teachings in our schools, Major Ephraim White and I have become good friends as well. And that is something which is being piloted now because of the work of Ephraim and others. And you know, we want to really see that rolled out on a national scale as one of the important elements of what will help our country to move forward. You know, when we talk about values and attitudes and we see the challenges in terms of dysfunctional behaviors that are all too prevalent, manifesting in negative things in our society, we believe that if we teach our youth, our children, the right way, and self-belief, self-esteem, the power that they have innately, in keeping with the philosophies of Marcus Garvey. It will help our nation to move forward in a very real way. I must say I benefited tonight from a very pleasant discussion with Professor Rupert Lewis, who I want to have an opportunity to continue to talk to, because that is another learning experience for me. Speaking about really the emergence of modern Jamaica, which many of us routinely say began in 1938 with the labor uprising of that year, but had its roots, of course, in the earlier period coming out of the Morant Bay uprising and what followed thereafter, and the various important warriors for progress who led the charge and who are largely unknown in Jamaica, I believe, except among those who have put in the time to learn and research about these individuals. And we need to really bring them out, and their teaching and their lives need to become part of the inspiration of our generation and generations to come. So this evening has for me been an incredibly rich experience. And you know, I wasn't anticipating it, I was just looking forward to it. But it has been. And I want to thank the organizers of this event and the other events that are planned for the next few days. And you know, keep up the very good work. And I must of course mention another icon, Beverly Kelso, you know, one of the original whalers, who is here tonight as well. And another singer from our constituency, the great Nesbeth. Big up for Nesbeth. Yes, man, who's here as well. And of course, my good friend, Powerhouse, George Pan. Yeah, man. So people, one love, it's a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Big Stone, you're a special one. Enough love. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade leader. Thank you. I'll give him another big round of applause. Moving right along real quickly. Dr. Lewis, you want to say a few words to Mr. Garvey? Dr. Rupert Lewis. Garveyite extraordinaire.
Thank you very much. Julius, Dr. Julius Garvey is a quiet one who has emerged as the chief spokesperson of his father's legacy. Those of us who know his brother Marcus Jr. would know him as a very fierce person. I was going to say ferocious. But the two brothers have different personalities. And Julius is quiet, determined, and gets things done. I think his training as a cardio surgeon, has taught him patience, skill, and he works through issues. So, Julius, your mother, one can't talk about the boys without talking about the mother. And I'm glad that Big Stone here is the person responsible for preparing her gravesite. Very important for what he has done, because that's the family, the base of the Garvey family, Amy Jakes Garvey. So I'd like to also recognize the leader of the People's National Party and his contribution, which we know will lead to political victory, to the extent that the Jamaican people deserve to have a change at this moment. So I'm glad that he's here, and I'm hoping that what he said about the Garvey legacy in education, the project being worked on by FAM and his group, that project will bear fruit, because I think Garvey is Jamaica's natural philosopher. He is, you know, I read a quotation from Garvey where he asked, why can't black men philosophize? Why can't we have our own scientists? Why can't we develop Jamaica in the way that meets the aspirations of our people? So thank you very much, Julius. You have given us the occasion to remember your father's rich legacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Give him a big round of applause. Member of Parliament Angela Brown-Burke. I don't see her anywhere around. Is she still here? Yes, Angela, you have to come. Dr. Garvey is your dearest of friend, of course.
Thank you very much, Big Stone. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know there's a protocol that once the leader has spoken, then I can't speak after that. So here you are breaking that kind of protocol. But it is indeed a pleasure for me to just say a few words to Dr. Julius Garvey, that I've also come to know as a real fighter and champion for the work and the thinking of Marcus Garvey. I think it is so important because we go to other countries and we see people studying the works of Marcus Garvey and using it in terms of helping young black Afro-descendants to come into their own and to understand who they are and seeing the difference that it makes, you know, and Brazil comes to mind with that. But here in Jamaica, it has taken us this long to start the pilot that we're now testing in terms of Marcus Garvey in school, in particular in the primary and basic schools. So we are looking forward to that. We're looking forward to much more than that, because a lot of what is wrong with today's society can be turned around, not miraculously, but with our youngsters coming to understand, learn the teachings of Marcus Garvey and the thinking of Marcus Garvey, so that they can begin to look in the mirror and be proud of who they see and what they see and understand that they too are a gift. So as Big Stone said earlier today, I am pleased to be here to give Dr. Garvey his own flowers, right, while he is still alive. Often we only talk good things and say these things, you know, at some other occasions. But it is good to stand here and to let him know that we appreciate the work that he has been doing tirelessly. You know, when I grow up, I just want to have half the energy, yes, that Dr. Garvey has. Bless him.
Thank you so much, Member of Parliament Angela Brown-Burke. We have room for two more. I see Nesbeth. Nesbeth, come over here really quickly, say a couple of words. Dr. Chang lined himself up, and of course, the maestro himself, Mr. Richard Stevens, will sing happy birthday to Dr. Garvey.
Blessings. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm lost for words. There's so much to say. I just want to take this moment to say happy birthday to Dr. Julius Garvey. Blessed love. It's a privilege to know you. The first time I met Dr. Julius Garvey was through the General himself, Big Stone. And from that, you know, it helped me to search and to dig deeper. Now, my contribution, I must say, to the whole movement, you know, black consciousness, is to motivate and inspire every opportunity I get. I am of the mindset that the more I motivate is the more hope I will bring forward. The more hope the youth have within their life
is the more they want to live to see tomorrow. So I'm about self-love, and through self-love comes self-search. Through self-search, make you discover things about even you yourself that you never know. So we're all fighting it, but I'm just saying publicly, that's the angle I'm taking it from. And I do it relentlessly, in my sleep, while I'm awake. It's a pledge to me. So, Father Garvey, and I also must take the time out to bless up the Honorable Marcus Garvey. He may not be here in flesh, but spiritually, he's here with us and he will never leave us. So again, Father Stone, thank you and the organizing team for putting together this wonderful event. Bless up each and every one present. And I ask of you, whether you're known or unknown, to play your part in order to give this country a direction, the direction that it's supposed to have. Blessed love, stay strong, you don't know. Tasha Manley's impact in the building, Father Stone, one love.
Thank you very much, Nesbitt. Big round of applause. One more. But before I say one more, I just want to thank again Richie Stevens and his wife. When I give them a big round of applause. While we were in the planning stage, myself and Common Burke, we were thinking about, honoring Dr. Garvey. And we were looking for a venue. Now, Mecca has been so wonderful to us, so we have to pick up Mecca. But we wanted something a little bit up close and personal. And when I came here and I saw what Richie Stevens had to offer, I literally begged him. And I didn't have to beg too long. He said, it's a no-brainer. This is history we're having. Dr. Garvey is more than welcome. So Richie, you and your wife, thank you so much for giving up your place for a wonderful occasion. Dr. Chang, real quickly, come and say a few words, and then we're going to ask Richie Stevens to do the honors. Quickly.
Dr. Julius Garvey has been such an inspiration to me. I probably met him a few years ago through the state of African diaspora, where I was a minister of government. And I always had to read his posts in order to get my inspiration on how the family should move ahead. And we were using Marcus Garvey's book as our guideline for growing families and for training individuals and communities in how we need to actualize ourselves, how we need to let Jamaica recognize what the prophecies over her were and how we were going to bring them to pass in spite of all the challenges that we faced. And as I grew into my position as a Minister of Family and Social Economy, I realized that I needed not just the writings of Marcus Messiah Garvey, and we also used Emperor Haile Selassie, but we also needed a live person on earth who could give us an example of how to hone families, how to build communities, and I found that I could find that person in Dr. Julius Garvey. As I went in and worked in the community where he lived, in where we were doing that thing for Amy Jakes Garvey, Jake's Road. Yes. And just looked at the whole history of family and how, family grew up. We recognized that this is where we needed to get back to. Strengthen our families, strengthening our communities, and looking at live examples of Dr. Garvey's teaching. And that's what I found in Dr. Julius. Thank you very much for being an example.
Thank you so much. Give her a big round of applause. And now the man of the moment. I'm proud to have my brother, the great one, Richie Stevens. Could you come up here, Richie? You have been such a wonderful host. You have been working since 4 o'clock. He said, Big Stone, we have to make this right.
Yes, sir.
Richie, it is right, isn't it?
You see the man in Big Stone before we say anything else. We'll give him a round of applause here. He's a special human being. Yes, man. What a gathering. Nice gathering. But we're going to do something special. And we also need it to look special. Where's it? So we're going to ask you all to come up here. We don't want this big gap because we're going to sing happy birthday to the honorable man. So we're going to ask you all about this. Just come up so we fill up this gap so when we start singing Look Good from Big Stone Channel. You know it though? But in the meantime, I want to say a few words. When I was asked by Big Stone to do this party here, out of principle I said, Big Stone is a nice idea. Let me just consult with my wife because I don't do nothing without her. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I said to her. I said, Bernadette, I was asked to host this party by this great man, Dr. Julius Garvey. It's a wonderful opportunity, and you can't say no to this. So what you really say? Yeah, yes, Richard. So Bernadette, thank you. Give her a round of applause now, Church. She deserves it. But I just have to say, I'm an artist who sing a lot of love songs, but most people might not know that I'm very cultured, I'm very conscious as an artist and as a person. I love and respect the works of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey from I was a child till now, and the more I travel is the more I get to understand how important it is to celebrate the works and the life of this great man. I started with the father because it all started there. Now, when I start traveling in America, I realize that some of the most celebrated and revered leaders, people like Martin Luther King, the great Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan, they're all students of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Did you know that?
Yeah, yep.
Yes, sir. So, I just have to give it up to the great man Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Now, his son, who is celebrating his 91st birthday. By the way, the man look good for 91. And clap the man, make him feel good, man. Yes, man. Yes, mobility is up there. Yes, man. So, we're asked to do this party, and I said, there's no way we could say no to this. This is a wonderful moment. This is something that we have to celebrate our great people. And as Clyde Mackenzie saying now, it's not an honorary doctor, he's an honorable doctor. So, yes, Clyde, I want to sing it. So, we're about to sing happy birthday to him, and we're all going to sing it together. Nesbeth, come join me up here to the man. Ciao. Everyone likes to me, they want to sing another else. We want to make this special. Come up a little more, come up a little more. The gap still can fill up. That's what we're going to do. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Julius. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Yes, sir. Yeah, man. We're not done yet today. We still have a good time. Drink still up this up. So,
but I'd also like to thank the organizers, people like Big Stone and Paul Burke, who have been the workers to make this happen. And again, I just want to say thank you so much for all of you who have turned out here to help me to celebrate. I think the theme of today is obviously Marcus Garvey. And the second theme of today is to right the ship of Jamaica, because the ship of Jamaica has been in troubled waters and it needs a new captain. Is there a new captain in the house? Yes! I hope the captain is not distracted, so that the captain knows his job that he has to perform to right the ship of HMS Jamaica. Okay, we expect that to happen in 25. Yes. So we're all here to support that, to support the movement forward for Jamaica, because, you know, living abroad, I'm proud to be a Jamaican, but I'm not that happy in terms of the way Jamaica is now and the way in which it's been perceived. I almost want to change my citizenship to Barbados. Because Mayor Martin now is my hero. You know? So I want a Jamaican hero to look up to, apart from my dad. Okay, so we need a Jamaican hero for us to look up to, us Jamaicans abroad in the diaspora. That's right. So we expect that to happen in the next year or so. So, you know, we have a lot of work to do, and I want to big up Effiam White, who is carrying a great, Effiam, come up here, man. Who is carrying that great burden to make it happen, Marcus Garvey in schools. And he's doing, you know, great work. And his father was a Garveyite. His father was the head of the UNIA in Jamaica at the time when I was growing up. So his father used to come up to 12 Mona Road, and they would have meetings there in terms of, you know, my mother, she was part of the UNIA, etc., etc. So both of us, you know, I didn't know Effiam then. I knew him later on, but both of us grew up under the tutelage of Garvey and Garveyism. So I'm very pleased to reconnect with Effiam, and I'm very pleased to help him, if you will. But he's in the forefront to make it happen for the teaching of Marcus Garvey in schools. It's been long delayed. I remember back in the day going to Thwaites, who was Minister of Education back in the day, and talking about this. This was supposed to happen, but it never happened. Now it has to happen. And then Comrade has to make sure that it happens as well. Absolutely. So, you know, absolutely. So we all have to be committed to that. Yes. Okay, so we have to be committed to a Jamaica that Marcus Garvey will be proud of. Because he has laid the foundation for Jamaica that is free of colonialism, that is free for ideology that dehumanizes people, but puts people at the center of development and at the center of society. And that's what we call African humanism. And that's what Marcus Garvey was all about. So it's time for Garvey, it's time for a change, and one God, one aim, one destiny, and one love. Peace and blessings, my brethren.
Time come. Yeah, man, thank you very much, Dr. Garvey, Major FM White, and of course the Stevens family and all of y'all for coming out. But we're not going anywhere. We're going to play a little bit of music. And remember, on the 19th, Dr. Garvey's book, Awoke, will be launched at Mecca, the ultimate place of entertainment, Mecca. I want to big up Mecca especially because they did Beverly Kelso.
Let Michael say a few words, right?
Mr. Dawson, come over here. We could not have conclude this without your...
Very impromptu. Good night, everyone. Speaker, I just always have to say more props to Dr. Garvey, who has become a mentor of mine over the last few years, who in some ways become a travel partner, and always look up to him for his energy. He's slightly older than me, but as we travel to the continent, travel to Europe, doing Garvey's work, he's an inspiration for me to do more work. It's a pleasure for our company at Mecca, our publishing company, publishes book for wearing. And tonight you might have seen we're drinking Sweet Roots Garvey water. And when you scan this QR code, it takes you to African knowledge. And I want to thank Dr. Garvey for working with me on this project. And the thing that is most important to me for this trip, along with tomorrow's, is Dr. Garvey's launch of his second book. The first one he did was the edited version of the Philosopher's Opinions of Marcus Garvey. It was a very, very important book. But what he did with it, edited and revised it. So we'll have that on Monday, but then we'll have our Be Woke launch at Monday at Mecca. And it's just so much what Dr. Garvey is doing, from the state of African diaspora, from the things that he's doing in South Africa, in Ethiopia, what he's doing in the Romans, what he's doing in Jamaica. And it's just a pleasure honor of my life to work alongside him with it. Thank Mr. Burke, Paul, Big Stone, Major. We've been working together as a committee for a few months now to put this together. It's very nice to see it coming together. I just thank my staff for always, whenever there's a Garvey business, and what we tell you, that is one company we support, we'll always be there. It's our pleasure to be there. So Dr. Garvey, happy birthday again, Big Stone. Thanks again, and hope to see everybody Monday at Mecca.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson. Yeah, man, I just want to thank you all for coming out. The party's not over yet. We still have some more drinks to consume. Comrade George Bang, big up yourself, thank you for coming. And of course, I must say this could not have been possible without Paul Burke. Myself and Paul Burke have been working at these projects since 2012, and he has never, ever disappointed me. So Comrade Paul Burke, pick up yourself anywhere you are. Thank you for believing in me, and let's do this together. Happy birthday again, Dr. Garvey. Let's party!